The CIA's involvement in the daring rescue of the missing airman is becoming clearer. A senior U.S. official told Trey Yingst that the CIA leaked information meant to draw Iranians away from the search area. For more on this, let's bring in Fox News contributor and former CIA station chief, Dan Hoffman. Dan, we've been told that this deception campaign was designed to trick the Iranians into thinking the U.S. had this guy. How do you do that? What does that look like?
Yeah, this is like shades out of the Normandy invasion, where we would try to deceive the Iranians into thinking that we were exfiltrating them from someplace else, reportedly a maritime exfiltration to throw them off the scent of what was really happening at the time. Look, I can tell you from my experience at the CIA, there's nothing more fulfilling than being involved in a sacred operation like this one to rescue one of our airmen from behind enemy lines. The CIA was there to track his location. Remember, he was out there for 36 hours, escape and evasion, putting into effect what he learned at SEER school. And then at the same time, the CIA is tracking Iranian security forces, their movements, their efforts to find and fix the location of our airmen. And then at the same time, running this deception operation, an extraordinary operation. I've heard it referred to as looking for a needle in a haystack. I think it's more like a needle in a stack of needles. Extraordinarily difficult, and I'm sure that we'll be learning more in the coming days.
And how would it work for the CIA to spread a lie like this in a country where we know there is little to no internet connection right now?
Yeah, so we know a lot about Iranian security forces. We know that they are still trying to collect information themselves. After all, we're fighting a war against Iran. And so the CIA would have looked to find those channels of communication that we know we can exploit, that the Iranian security forces are listening to. Iran has still a pretty developed cyber capability. And what we would have done is simply supplied some information there, some of it true, to establish the bona fides of the channel that we were using, and then this deception operation would have been run in that channel.
And the U.S., if the U.S. can put SEAL Team 6 on the ground inside Iran to go and rescue this missing airman, how much more complicated would it be for them just to go in, small footprint, and get Iran's uranium or the stuff they're needing to build a nuke?
Yeah, well, even in this case, there was reportedly a firefight after all that we did. And again, the airmen reportedly had to climb a 7,000-foot ridge in a mountainous region. If you're trying to extract nuclear material, that's at a site that the Iranians are defending. Presumably, they have weapons and potentially drones or missiles and soldiers there to defend that particular site. Where the reportedly about 1,000 pounds of enriched uranium is located. You also need specialists who could handle that material as well, extract it safely and take it out of Iran. So that's a very, very risky, challenging operation. But the one thing I learned at CIA, serving 3 years in war zones with the U.S. military, there is simply nothing that together we can't do. There are levels of risk, and sometimes our policymakers don't want to take that risk, but we can put a plan together for anything. And I would emphasize in this case, there was a plan off the shelf. Now, it had to be modified given the location in southern Iran, but there's plans on the shelf to do just about anything. We just modify it based on the situation at hand.
And this was a huge risk with a great reward. It was a race, the U.S. versus Iran, for this missing airman. And thank goodness everything worked out. Dan Hoffman, thank you very much for sharing your insight.
Thank you. Happy Easter, everyone.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.